Thank you for MC. Powerful prayer. Good morning. Good morning. Alonso Sudai. When maybe many of you have the different reason to come here, and many of you have the different reason like when you join. So when you join our movement, just think how you join. And then maybe before beginning this lecture, I would like to share my story. I was a kind of the little bit minority as a Japanese. I have the Orthodox background, the Russian Orthodox Church. This is because I am not really pure Japanese because my grandpa came from China, and then that Manchuria area, it's called Manchuria, and then that area is used to colonized by Russian. So that's why my grandpa can speak. Of course, he speaks Japanese very well. He can speak Russian. He can speak Chinese. And he can speak Manchurian. And anyway, he have some spiritual reason. Actually, the spiritual reason happened in Chin, in Myanmar. Maybe I talk this story. What's happened is my grandpa was a Manchurian. He was a medical doctor. And then anyway, some reason, my grandpa met with my grandma. She's a Japanese. And then they want to marry. Okay, and then anyway, but he's a Manchurian. So in that time, Manchuria and Japan was kind of the enemy nation because Japan colonized in that time in Manchuria. And he was a medical doctor. Actually, he had the money. So that's why actually he bought the Japanese nationality in order to marry with my grandma. But anyway, because of this reason, in that time, and then the Second World War started. And then for Japanese, they went to India for the war, Impel War. And then my grandpa followed to that military with that army as a medical doctor. But in Impel War, Japan was lost. And then Japan's style is harakiri. All Japanese soldiers, they commit their suicide in India, Impel War. But my grandpa is not really Japanese, so he didn't commit the suicide. So anyway, he ran away. And then he crossed the border to Myanmar. And then, but after he crossed the border, he got malaria. He almost died. But in that time, in that Myanmar village, that is a kind of the Christian village. So in that Christian village, they helped my grandpa and then let him cure, send him back to Hong Kong. From Hong Kong, back to Manchuria. And because of this reason, my grandpa, he convert his religion to in that time, the Manchuria doesn't have the Christian church, so that's why it's similar one he found. And he converted to the Russian Orthodox Church. And then, anyway, the Myanmar village where my grandpa, where they helped my grandpa, is actually your hometown, Jacob. Actually, your people helped my grandpa. So that's why, Jacob, I really appreciate for your ancestor. Because of them, I am here. And anyway, because of that reason, also even in Japan, I went to the Russian Orthodox Church. That is a kind of Christian, but more like a Muslim, actually, for the Orthodox Church. So it's different from the other Christian. But anyway, near from, we didn't call church, we call temple. Near from that temple, our member doing the witnessing. I know they are the unification. But anyway, in that time in Japan was actually kind of looked down on these kind of people. But for me, I don't respect them, but I didn't look down on them. Because they are the young people similar like me, but day and night they doing the witnessing. They are great, I thought. They are great. Why they didn't talk to me? I thought like that. But anyway, finally, one of them talked to me. I listened to the divine principle. I inspire the principle of creation because I am the Orthodox Church. And then for the talking about the human fall, I thought, no one talk about this in my church. That is what I thought. And principle of restoration was difficult to understand. I need to listen again. And became to know about the second coming. And then I was a little bit not accept. They say Messiah is Korean. Oh my goodness. If Chinese or American or Russian, like a big nation, I understand. Why Korean? I totally closed my heart. Well, anyway, I accepted the principle. And also another reason I continue to go is when I go to the center, they give me the cake and coffee. And then, because they give me the cake and coffee and then I eat. After eat, they say, okay, you listen the lecture. If I just eat the cake and then go back and I bad. So that's why I didn't go back, listen the lecture. And then they ask me, okay, you give me your phone number. I written down. And then after that, next day, they call me. Ask me to come again. We prepare the cake. Okay. I go there. And then eat the cake and drinking the coffee. After that, they ask me, listen the lecture. Okay. I listen. Actually, I inspire not because of the lecture, because of the cake. And anyway, because of so and on, and I became to know that okay, Messiah is Korean. And in that time, I didn't respect father. In that time, in Japan, father name was really bad. I didn't respect father. But they asked me, in that time, in Korea, father was specially educating for the Japanese members. So my leader asked me, okay, you go to Korea, you pay how much? Okay, I pay how much? Let's see for the famous Samyeon Moon. So I went to Korea. And anyway, at the beginning, I was not so much interested in. Even father talk in Japanese, but he talk so fast. I don't even what he talk is very difficult. I don't understand what he say. But in that time, the Reverend Sudo and Reverend Oyamada, after father talk, and then they explain to us. That content I inspire. But father, what he talk, I don't understand. But anyway, one day and 2 day and third day. Third day, all of a sudden I start to feel, I want to be close with the father. And like in that time, like there is a hall like this and we are sitting down like this. And then in the middle, there is a red carpet. It's called Aboji Road. Aboji means father. So father is like talking like this. And then talking, come back. Like this. And then, so like there is a Aboji Road like that. And okay, I want to sit not here, but I wanted to sit here. Want to be close with the father. And anyway, not only me, many members crazy want to sit together with the father, nearby father. So in order to sit that place, that is a platina seat. So in order to sit that place, need to give up the breakfast. Okay, I give up the breakfast. And then when we see with the father, the first thing we need to do is we need to go to toilet. Because father talk long. So, first, I give up the breakfast. Okay, no problem. And then, I want to go to toilet. But when I go to toilet, traffic jam already. And I thought, if I waiting these people, I cannot sit there. Maybe those who used to go to Korea, you know that. In Korea, toilet and the shower is different. So, I go to the toilet. Traffic jam cannot. And then I go to the shower room. I go to the shower room, and then I do what I want. I did what I want. And then after that, I feel fresh. I sit down there. And then father talk. Father is like walking like this and talk. And then I am here, and then father is kicking like this to me. And then father look at me and saying, "You doing the pee-pee in the shower room." Oh my goodness. I didn't talk to my mom. Why he know? He talk in Japanese, you know. And again, talk. And he kicking me like this. And again, you doing the pee-pee in the shower room. Oh my goodness. You know, maybe in here not so much care, but as a Japanese, maybe you stay in Japan, you know. In Japanese, doing the pee-pee in the shower room is a really bad person. I can talk in here like this, but I cannot talk in Japan. If I talk like this, Japanese people think that is a bad guy. You know, in that workshop is all Japanese. And how we call, we put the microphone in here, a kind of the mobile microphone. So the father talked like this and saying, "You doing the pee-pee in the shower room." I afraid all the people listen about this. And then you know the book of the speech of the Reverend Samuel Moon 295 for the which page, and then you doing the pee-pee in the shower room. I afraid this kind of record remain. And kind of professor, this kind of people is crazy looking for, and who is that? And then he is saying in some lecture, and that is my student. I afraid that situation. But anyway, because of that, I believe Father is a Messiah. And then because of that, I believe he is my father. Because he know what my mother don't know. So anyway, the reason why I talking this story is many of you join with the different reason. So far, you receive a lot of good education. It's really good. Thailand doing so well. I really agree. But today I come here in order to let this kind of good content to listen. First of all, we need the people. If we don't have the people, and then how can we give the lecture? Secondly, we need to make the good environment that they can receive our good content. This is actually first thing we need to do. So for whole day today, my topic is about that. In order to let them to listen our good content, in order to let them know about our good content, we need to inspire them. And also first of all, we need to have the good relationship with them. And then we need to inspire them. This is the first thing we need to do more than we give the education. And on this foundation that we can give the education. Somehow that Japanese member very smart. In order to make the good environment, they using the tool, give the cake and coffee. Yeah, through this, make the good relationship. But they crazy not forget to listen my phone number. And then they crazy not forget, they call me. This is also very important. If they don't give me the cake, I don't go. Actually, cake is my spiritual father. And then, secondly, if they don't call me, I don't go. Because I am lazy to go there. But somehow, my character is, I don't want to talk in front of you, but my character is, if someone asks me, I cannot reject. This is my character. Yeah, sorry, that's why sorry for Cambodian member, many foreigners come to Cambodia because I don't know how to reject. So anyway, my point is, it's really important to make the good relationship. And also it's really important to ask. Otherwise, nothing happens. But just ask first, also not good. They will reject. So that's why, first of all, we need to make the good relationship between you and I, and then we need to ask. For example, where is that Nepali? Anyway, Nepali. Yeah, for a Nepali member, I really inspire. Whenever I go to Nepal, I inspire. I really, you go to Nepal and you know, Nepal same Myanmar. When I go to Nepal, I feel, same Myanmar. And then when you, in Nepal, like Madame Nepal and KP Oli, actually this kind of top leader, they are not so much clear with the principle. Even they are not so much clear with the true parents. But they crazy inspire with something else. That's why they follow. That's why even persecution, KP Oli, he is not shaken. Because he inspired with something else. If he received the right education, I think this is more powerful than anything else. So the point is, we really need to inspire the top leader. So yesterday, I just came back from Cambodia, because in the morning yesterday, we have the blessing ceremony at the Mongko Bore. And then it was a really, really beautiful blessing. In Cambodian language, we say Mekom. In English, we say commune leader. This commune leader is inspiring for the first meeting, seminar, until now. He keep inspiring. So that's why because of this Mekom leadership, the commune leadership, he made a very beautiful blessing ceremony. I was very happy yesterday with the Mongko Bore. I forget. Maybe so. And nearby, maybe some of them come from Babel. Some from the Babel district, near the border, the Babel district and Mongko Bore district. That area we did. And anyway, it's really inspired. And also this, I heard yesterday, the Cambodian member came back from change the visa, and at the border, I heard you met your leader. Many Abibausrok, the many district leader come, and then actually, sorry, I supposed to give the lecture for 2 days, but because these people came, I need to go to Bangkok to give the another lecture. And then I crazy need to inspire them. Oh, Babel, you are here. You are from Otakina. Anyway, the Babel leader also here, and the Mon leader also here, and then the Rokakiri also here, Krom Patambon also here. All the leaders from Battambang here. Amazing. But the point is, we inspire them. On this foundation, we educate them. So that is whole our content. And a little bit, I would like to share the one presentation. This presentation is actually the second coming of Cambodia. But the title is Let's Become the HTM Leader in the World of Peace. This is the father word. Only those who present a new vision and direction and put into practice can become the principal actors of the new age. This is an insight that is well established in history. So as father talk like this, more than teaching the principle, more than teaching something else, what is important is we need to plant the new vision and direction. Because this is everything. If they understand the vision, and then they crazy work. From now on in the HTM area, we little bit need to change our concept. Our concept is not education. Of course, education is important, very important education. But education at the same time, give the job to them. We give the vision, let them work. Let them arrange the job and let them work. This is a really key point for the HTM work. If we try to do everything, we become crazy. So for example, I'm really happy with our youth from Phnom. From now on, you are the leader. You are the leader for the 1,000 people. Aju? Oh. So why? Now you are the leader. So, as the leader for the 1,000 people, how you can manage this 1,000 people? That's a big number. How to manage? Give the job to them. From now on, what is the role of the leader? Role of the leader is how you can arrange well to give the job to them. That's why in here, Father is talking about new vision and direction put into practice. So not only teaching, let them teach, and then let them practice. That is the point. I want to educate young intellectuals and nurture them to become people who adopt the motto, love heaven, love humankind, love your country, and have them take the leading role in the new history. So anyway, this is the basic further direction that what is the motto? Love heaven, love humankind, love our country. This point is also really important. Why are we doing for the HTM? Because this is like our revival movement. Revival our nation. To make our nation ideal, peaceful nation. To make Cambodia as an ideal, peaceful nation. To make Philippines to ideal, peaceful nation. To make Thailand ideal, peaceful nation. To make Malaysia to ideal, peaceful nation. This is how we call Chonyuguk. Why we do for the HTM? We doing HTM in order to build Chonyuguk. Don't be depressed when you experience hardship. Instead, you look toward the future with the vision of hope. So, anyway, HTM work is not easy. Especially all of you, you are the one who go for the mission field. Even whatever we do when you go for the mission field, many cases you need to bow down those who don't want to bow down. Maybe those who you don't like ask you to pick up the rubbish. You need to pick up. Many cases when you go for the mission field, you need to do that. Anyway, we can do that. This is in order to win our game. In order to win our game, whatever they say, we do. But no need to be depressed. As long as we have the clear vision, as long as we have the common goal, and then even whatever we don't want to do, we can do. Why? Because our vision and direction is clear. Like this. Nepal. Do you know him? Nepal. Yeah, Ignat Dakar. He's my friend. Maybe those who don't know, a little bit introduce. He was a member of parliament, and he was the cabinet minister for 2 times. And he also now not UPF Nepal. Now he is the chairman of the UPF ASEAN Pacific. And anyway, looks like he is a very special. But actually, he was the same like us. He was the center member, going for the fundraising, witnessing. Same us. But what makes it different between he and I? What it makes different is because he have the clear vision. And then he is properly following for what true parents' direction. So I tell you, when you are clear with the vision and when you are properly follow for the true parents' direction, you will become the member of parliament. Are you? Yeah, because this is what Ignat doing. He was the same as us. He was the same center member like us. Of course, from the beginning, maybe he may have some different vision like that. I used to ask his wife, because I was really wondering, to become the wife of this kind of person, how it is. But she told me, yeah, of course, like when received the blessing and first time met him, and he was different. Like he had the big vision, like that. But personally, same as the normal person. This is what his wife told me. So what it makes differences is the vision. Clearly to have the vision and following to that direction. Yeah, sorry for Nepal. Little bit I show the map. Here is the map of the South Asia. So here is India. That's a big nation. And then over here there is a Pakistan. Pakistan is also a big nation and also it's strong nation. They have nuclear. 2 billion people there. Bangladesh, also 1 billion people there. It's a really huge nation, many people. And then here is Sri Lanka, like that. But look at this map. Look at Nepal. Very tiny, small nation. In Cambodian language, we say very chuchap. This is a small nation. And also, even small nation, mostly all mountain, where people live. And now, also, maybe some of you used to go to Nepal. Yeah, sorry for Nepali member. Nepal is poor. Nepal is crow in Cambodian language. But this is small and poor nation. But why? He is power. Even Nepal is a small and poor nation, but he's a power. I tell you the reason. Because he is following for the mother direction. All of you know, there is one project, it's called IAPP, International Association for the Parliamentarian for Peace. So he could organize not only in his nation, but he can organize in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. only one parliament member for the small and poor nation. But now he can conquer for all over in South Asia. Not only that, even the giant nation India. In the time I went to India, I very surprised. The president of India is a crazy welcome for the UPF delegate. Even not only South Asia, even our Prime Minister Cambodia, he is the one who witnessed our Somrat Hun Sen. He is the one parliament member in the poor and small nation. But he can witness the prime minister and here and there and there and there. Why? Because he have the clear vision. He have following for the proper direction. Aju? Even the India president, when he come, he crazy visit to the UPF office in Nepal. Amazing. Why? Because of the vision. Why? Because following for the true parents' direction. I tell you for all of you, Divine Principle is the textbook for all of you to become the parliament member. Aju? For Cambodian member, when you go back, one by one, I will give you for the mission place. Even Nyakru. You become the member of the parliament as a lady, how nice. You are the already, because this kind of, even this kind of the good looking for the parliament member as a lady, how nice. How you can do? Following for the true parents' vision. Following for the true parents' direction. Look at this map. Here is, mostly our nation here, beside Nepal. Our Indochina map. Yeah, sorry for, when we see, my mission used to be for the Indochina. I know about Myanmar. I know about Vietnam. I really appreciate to Myanmar. I was doing the Myanmar missionary for 3 years. And then in Cambodia is over 10 years. And then little bit I doing the mission in Vietnam and also in Laos. And especially when I stay in Myanmar, first my mission place was Cambodia. I doing the mission in Cambodia, and after that, all of a sudden, Dr. Yon asked me to move to Myanmar, so I follow. And then, but anyway, I doing the mission in Myanmar for 3 years, and then when I stay in Myanmar, I can see Cambodia more clear. And then when I became to realize this point, Dr. Yon asked me to come back to Cambodia. Anyway, still I'm missing so much for Myanmar. I'm very missing Myanmar, but anyway, when I doing the mission, Myanmar is a big nation. Actually, a little bit poor. I didn't go there for a long time. I don't know now. I heard a lot of development. But anyway, Myanmar is poor but big nation. You can see here in Thailand, Thailand is actually rich. And then also developing a lot. Many things, sorry to say, different from Cambodia. And then, anyway, especially our Cambodian member, even one day I want to bring you to Vietnam. Vietnam is actually another story. After restoration of Cambodia, next place where I want to go is Vietnam. Vietnam is a very different nation from the other nation, with the other nation. It's big nation, big population, and also it's strong. What about Cambodia? Cambodia is a small nation, not so much rich. But Yeah, because I always give this lecture to Cambodian members, so that's why I say like this. But heavenly parent, choose Cambodia. Aju. And then I tell you why. Before I tell you why, I need to be talking about world history. This is the world map. And in 2,500 years ago, Heavenly Parents, 2,600 years ago, Heavenly Parents sending the three leadership in the different places. One is Confucius in China, and then Buddha in South Asia, and then Socrates in Europe. This is really amazing. At the same time, in the different places, sending there is a three different leadership appear, and this man, his name is Emperor Alexander. He is the one who conquered for all over in Europe. He became the emperor when he was 20 years old, and then he died in the 30 years old. You imagine, 2,500 years ago, that only 10 years with the one leadership can conquer all over the world. There is no phone, there is no highway, there is no airplane, there is no Facebook. But 2,500 years ago, he can conquer for all over Europe within 10 years. Why he could do that? Because his teacher was a Socrates. He put his political philosophy, what he learned from his teacher. And then, based on that, this religion appeared, and this religion, the Christianity, become the biggest religion for all over the world. Why Christianity become the top religion biggest religion in all over the world? Yeah, sorry for Christian, not because of the teaching, but Christian put the Roman Emperor administration system into their church system. This is the reason that the Christian church become biggest religion in the world. So, anyway, we can learn this one. Like, even in our community, if we can put the good administration system into our community, we can become the biggest community in our nation. Aju. So this is and then what is the good administration system? Later I will talk. That is the home group. So this, when we apply our home group, and then we can become the biggest community in our nation. But anyway, the history flows from the west to east. And then this Islam religion appear. Why Christian and Islam fighting each other? Because Islam people know the truth what Christianity don't know. Because of that, they are fighting. But anyway, now our flow of the civilization came to Asia. Aju. And then a little bit another crazy talking. Anyway, the end of year, maybe many of you watching the TV because the True Mother is giving the benediction prayer. And then True Mother gave the very important declaration. That declaration is kind of, she was saying like she was declared as a unified heavenly Korea. So, what is the Chonyuguk? Finally, Chonyuguk have to connect to as a unified heavenly Korea. Finally, Chonyuguk mean that Chonyuguk should be in the Republic of Korea, which are unified North and South. This should be for Chonyuguk. Of course, maybe someday, maybe next year, Malaysia will be the Chonyuguk. But even Malaysia become the Chonyuguk, this Chonyuguk work is not finished until the day for Heavenly Korea become Chonyuguk. Even maybe Nepal next year become Chonyuguk, or this year become Chonyuguk. But even Nepal become the Chonyuguk, not yet finish our work. Our work should be connect until to Korea. Cambodia, surely, maybe next lecture I will crazy talk about this one. Cambodia will become the Chonyuguk, but not yet finished. The Chonyuguk should be Republic of centering on Heavenly Korea. So, but anyway, centering on even Thailand become Chonyuguk. Actually, Thailand position is really important. Dr. Yon is talking about like Nepal is between India and China. Actually, our region is also between China and India too. That's why, like Myanmar and Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, including Malaysia, we call Indochina Peninsula because it's between India and China. So anyway, what I want to say is we also need to capture the flow of the providence. So anyway, the flow of the providence is first, we need to look at Heavenly Korea. And then let's see. For example, let's say Malaysia or Indonesia, according to the Father's direction, our Father's guidance, this area, Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, and Philippines, this area we call for the Pacific Rim area. So actually, like especially this Malaysia and Indonesia and the Philippines, this is like a Trinity nation. When this nation really unite, and especially for Malaysia and Indonesia, the Malaysia and Indonesia have the mission to support the Philippines. In the opening ceremony, Dr. Yon is declaring for the 1.2 million rally in Philippines. Yesterday, also we have the Zoom meeting, the meeting with the internet, and then I crazy joined the meeting in the airplane. And then also again, Dr. Yon is emphasizing about Philippine providence. Philippines is really important. Why? Because this is the nation of the Pacific Rim. And then, no Taiwanese here, right? And then actually this Philippine providence need to connect to Taiwan, to Japan, and finally it's connect to Korea. This is a flow this is according to the Father's guidance. This is the flow of the civilization in order to complete for Chonyuguk. Anyway, this flow is actually not enough. Why? Because in order to make for the unified Korea, we need to conquer the one nation, that is China. As long as China don't understand for the heaven's will, we cannot make Chonyuguk in Korea forever. So that's why, in order for that, this is China. So we really need to conquer this nation. In order for that, where heaven choose? Nepal. Heaven choose Nepal for conquer China. But in order to conquer China, from the Nepal cannot go directly. So that's why the first heaven's plan is sending the similar nation, conquer the similar nation, that is India. Our national leader to India, he's Nepali. Actually, he's my good friend. go to Korea like that, and if you don't see me and Krishna, we are sneaking out together with somewhere else. But anyway, God chose Nepal for what? In order to conquer India. And then this India is the nation who can compete with the China. But also, this is not enough. This is another way that Heavenly Parent prepared. That is our Indochina region. The Thailand and Myanmar and Cambodia. So, through this Indochina region, and then we need to conquer China, and finally connect to Korea. All these things we need to do within few years. Also, you can see now, all the Philippine, the Duterte. He is the strong president, but he's like a gangster. Our Prime Minister, Cambodia. Honestly, can you respect his character? As a leader, he's a perfect. But his character is like a gangster too. Actually, Duterte and our Prime Minister is a really good friend. Because same person. And then, also, when we see for Russia, Putin, that is another gangster president. In America, for the Trump, another gangster president. In Indonesia, Jokowi, he is another heavy metal president. You know, even actually Japan, Abe. And then top gangster is actually Kim Jong-un. So this kind of the similar leadership appear in the same time like 2,500 years ago. So actually now is the time we can conquer not only Philippines or Nepal or Malaysia or Thailand or Cambodia, but we can, or even Myanmar. Actually, Myanmar is another nation who we have the hope. Yesterday, Dr. Yon is talking about this, right? Yesterday, Dr. Yon talking about Myanmar. And anyway, not only focus for that, but our focus is a universal. Our focus is for the world peace. Even we doing the blessing and here, there, another place, for what? We doing the blessing ceremony for the world peace. Not only for the local level, but we doing the blessing for the world peace. You came from Surin or Buriram? Okay, Malchak Naika. Malchak Surin Kap. And then so she came from Surin. And then lot of activity in the Surin. And we doing the activity in Surin, not only for Surin, but for the Thailand nation, for the world peace. We doing crazy activity in Battambon. Why we doing the activity in Battambon? Not only for Battambon, not only for Cambodia, but for the world peace. And then in Palawan, even in Nepal, everywhere, we crazy doing the activity. Even we doing the blessing in Chin. Why we do this one? For the world peace. So everything is need to connect each other. So even this is the time that all religion is need to unite each other. Not only for that, all the ideology need to unite each other. Sorry, this is the actually lecture I basically give to Cambodian. So let me talk about Cambodia. Actually, there is, some of you already know about the parallel history in the divine principle. So maybe upper parties I no need to explain. So let's see for the Cambodian history and the world history. Let's say Cambodian history starts from the 550 as a Chenla kingdom. Actually, Chenla Kingdom, actually, before that is the Hunam Kingdom, but Hunam Kingdom is not the kingdom for Cambodian people. King was a Chinese. But Chenla Kingdom, that the king was a Cambodian. So let's say Cambodian history starts from Chenla Kingdom. It's continued for the 400 years. It's finished for the 802. Why? Because it's appear for the strong leader in Cambodia. His name is Suryavarman II. And then this Suryavarman king is the one who building for the Angkor Wat. In that time for 400 years, Khmer Emperor, centering on this Suryavarman king, is centering on Hindu culture. But another king appear. Another king, his name is the Jayavarman VII. This Jayavarman VII, he have the dream, want to make Khmer Emperor not only in the Indochina area, but all over in Southeast Asia. Our Cambodian brothers and sisters, you go to the Saramonti, now Phnom Penh, in the museum in Phnom Penh, you look at the map in that time for the Khmer Emperor, you will surprise. It was a really huge area. All over South Asia belongs to Cambodia. Sorry, Thailand. in that area we had. That time era we had. So, but in order to make this huge area like Cambodia, what to do? This Jayavarman VII consider, if we just doing with the power, we cannot make for the good nation, big nation. In order to conquer for the big nation, need to make the nation as a moral and ethic. When we have the good moral and ethic culture, our nation become prosper. This is the Jayavarman VII consider. Hindu culture is sorry for Nepal, but the Hindu culture, it was not clear teaching for the sexual ethic. So why? But anyway, they have the different kind of the Hindu, because Cambodian Hindus came from Bali for the Indonesia. It was kind of sexual chaos. So that's why this Jayavarman VII, in order to make the good moral and ethic, he converted to the Buddhism. And since that time, Cambodia became the Buddhism nation. And it's this Khmer Emperor centering on Buddhism, it continued 120 years. But anyway, it continued long because Siam invaded to Cambodia. And then after that, Cambodia was kind of keep changing for the capital city. And then finally in 1769, it was invaded by Yuan from Vietnam. And then Cambodian nation is disappear from the history. After that, French regime and Yoksa Microhome, that communist era. And then Cambodia was again to come up again as a new nation in 1979 for January 7. In Cambodian language, we say Prampi Makara. So actually, this is the significance of Prampi Makara. And then 1979, 40 years later, is this year, 2019. So according for the God's timetable, this year should be the year to begin for the CHONG in Cambodia. Anyway, this kind of the parallel history, and then why you can see why in Cambodia same pattern of the history is repeating again. Why? Who control the history of Cambodia?
Heavenly parent control the history of Cambodia.
I think 3 days ago, Dr. Young came to Siem Reap. He joined the meeting for the ACC, Asian Culture Council. Met with the Prime Minister Somdech Hun Sen. And then anyway, the reason why Dr. Young met him, because next Asian summit will do in Cambodia. So in order to make for that, Dr. Young and actually Honorable Ignat came to Cambodia, met with the Prime Minister. Actually, they make another appointment. Maybe another appointment, I will go together. And then I will crazy talk about this story to the Prime Minister. And I will say, Prime Minister Somdech Hun Sen, Cambodia is the nation of heaven. And you, Prime Minister, you are the son of Devata. Cambodian people understand how it means. So I using this word, like the king word that normally king is using this word. So, my point is let them crazy inspire. For example, do you think it's possible to teach divine principle to Chayuchat? He will not share the time for that. Do you think it's impossible to teach divine principle to the Aung San Suu Kyi? Actually, she no time to listen this. Actually, this is kind of, do you think it's possible to teach divine principle to Dedorte? They don't listen. These kind of people, they don't like to listen, they like to talk. Even Mahati, I think maybe he's too old to understand. So, and then what to do? My plan is, I think I no need to teach the divine principle to the Prime Minister. But let them inspire. And then how to make Chonyuguk in Cambodia? I make that translator guy as a Prime Minister is the quickest way. Aju? We need to work like this. Let them inspire our Prime Minister and conquer them. That's why I say, how we can make the biggest community. Put the good administration system with the great vision. Throughout my lifetime, I educated leaders to raise up the organization and to expand our influence to all over the world. I a little bit want to go quick. So anyway, the True Mother came in 2006 in Phnom Penh. And then also, it's really important for all of you to give the right proposal to the government. Maybe before coming here and many Thai leaders giving the lecture, and their point is to work with the government. I think especially I really encourage this one to Philippines, that the why even Thailand and Cambodia, that our HCM activity becomes so fast. Because we work with the government. Now, even this time, it's really amazing. Many Cambodian Abibaus Rock, they came to join for our event. And our ALC leadership conference actually Divine Principle lecture conference in Bangkok. Now, we give this letter to the provincial hall. And then I really appreciate to the governor Batambon. We give on 8, 9, he already give the signature. He see the name UPF, he already give the signature. That's why all this Abibaus Rock, the district leader in Cambodia, can come to our conference. So anyway, we really need to give the neutral and then good proposal. And also, in order to make the proposal, we need to make clear what we are doing. This is really important. Because sometimes our teaching is too much philosophy. It is not clear what we do. Of course, this philosophy is important, but at the same time, we need to make it clear what we do. So, simplify. Family education, youth education, and then good governance. This is what we are doing. And okay, what kind of family education? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What kind of youth education? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In order to make the proposal and also let to teach our people, make simple and easy to understand. That is the point. Anyway, I want to go a little bit quick. The turning point is 2015, June 11, we doing the youth event in Battambang. And then, when I talk this one to Dr. Yon, I really appreciate to Dr. Yon. In that time, no one know where is Battambang. And then also Dr. Yon is crazy wondering what Hajime stay in the kind of the rural area and what he is doing. Is he become the communist or what? Even Dr. Yon a little bit worried about that. But I crazy talking about the youth event in Battambang. And then I really appreciate for the Dr. Yon. He say, okay, I will go. And then he say, okay, all the national leaders need to come to Battambang. Amazing. And then when all the national leaders came to Battambang, I really appreciate in that time the governor was Mr. Chansopo. He prepared how many kilo that time? Yeah, 3,000 kilo of the rice. He preparing to give to the all national leader. Amazing. But because of this, we lay on the foundation. And then blessing ceremony in this is June, and next month we did in Battambang, and next month we did in capital city Phnom Penh. We work with the government. The Phnom Penh blessing ceremony was we work with the Ministry of the Royal Palace. What kind of project we doing the seminar with the leader, and also we doing the activity with the youth. And then also, this is important, let our ambassador for peace to give the job. Of course, you can give the lecture, but for me, you give the lecture is not the point. Of course, you can give the lecture, but you are the lecturer for lecturer. Do you understand what I say? You teach to the commune leader, you teach to the village leader, even you can teach to the district leader. You no need to afraid you are young. Like young people like you giving the lecture to the VIP, they crazy happy to listen. A young beautiful girl like this and then giving the lecture about the 3-day ceremony, everybody listen. They are crazy wondering what this girl talking about, but they are listen. Aju? This kind of young people, good looking, you giving the lecture, people crazy listen. Even for me, I already 42 years old, but still, many ladies like to listen from me. Like this. And then, but at the same time, also, let them to teach. If they teach, and then also they need to learn. This is actually, teaching is the best learning. Aju? This is one of the key points for the home group. Let them work. Give the job to them. And then, actually, this is a pointer I see. Oh, I see. I no need to back and forth. And then, training the youth. What we need is we really need to produce the people like you. So a little bit show the picture. So this is the directors conference. This is in the past what we did in Bonte Minche. Cambodian people, you know their face and then how powerful it is. And then anyway, each we doing in the government office. This is the different provinces in Pailin. No, this time someone came from Pailin. Maybe no one. No? And then Bonte Minche. And then also we go into the each villages and also leading the meeting. And this is in Phnom Penh. And then also we working together. This is the youth union in Cambodia. So we work together with the government people. It's really good. Now, actually the Lee Song-ki is the vice president for the Sosoyoko. In the vice president of the youth union in Battambang is our member. Now, we can use their budget to do their activity. Because actually for the government side, they have no idea what to do for their activity. So, of course, to give the good proposal is important. But I feel quickest way is the head of that organization, head of that government people, we make them as our people. And then they have the idea how to do. Let them to feel their identity more than they are the government people. I am the member of the UPF. I am the member of the Family Federation. Let them think like this. And then, because like, honestly, I don't know in Thailand, but I'm sure in Philippines or Nepal, Cambodia, Malaysia maybe not so much, but this kind of Philippines or Cambodia or Nepal, government doing a lot of corruption. So let them do for the corruption in the good way. Aju. And then, if they are thinking for they are the member, and then they want to do the corruption in the good way. Aju? Yeah, even Myanmar, I think. I know, like the nation like Myanmar, or even actually Cambodia, they don't have the budget for this kind of thing. Malaysia or Thailand have. Maybe Philippines also don't have. But they have the budget for their drinking, they have the budget for their eating, actually. If these people become our member, they know how to use the money. Aju? And then, yeah, Cambodian people, our Cambodian brothers and sisters, you look at this photo and you know how powerful it is. This is the Minister of the Education, and then also the Minister of the Royal Palace. Couldn't make as an until MOU, but we make for the agreement. We make the agreement letter for the family education and the youth education. And then also we doing the Toimudo. And then we doing the peace road. So actually we crazy running for the whole Cambodia. Yeah, myself also running. And then why are we doing this crazy peace road? The Peace Road is a project to support for the international highway project for true parents. Do you know why true parents want to connect the highway for all over the world? This time, all Cambodian members, you cross the border by the land. How nice, because if we have the money and then we take the airplane, but also for me, sometimes I don't have the money and then I cross the border by the land. And anyway, if we use the airplane, it costs. But if the road is connected to each other, even I know for all of you, those who are across the border in Poipet, you crazy need to wait like 1 hour, 2 hours like this. But if it's connected and then no need to show the passport at the border, how nice. Just quickly come. I think maybe 3 hours shorter, we can come to Bangkok. Anyway, for those who go to the spirit, okay, you go to the spirit world, And then, which place of the spirit world that you will go, how it decide, do you know? Like you go to the kingdom of heaven, you go to the paradise, you go to the hell. What make you to bring you to the heaven or paradise or hell? Maybe practice for true love, practicing for the living for the sake of others. All this good behavior bring you to the spirit world. Actually, no. This is, of course, this can be the good reason, but this is not the direct reason to bring you to the paradise or kingdom of heaven. And then how it will decide it you go to the kingdom of heaven or paradise? That is the personal relationship between you and Heavenly Parent. How you have the deep personal relationship with your Heavenly Parent, and then it will decide where you go to the spirit world. Do you following me? So, according to this, those who are die with the starving, those who are die with the war, they are nothing wrong. But do you think they can go to the kingdom of heaven? Actually, cannot. Why? Because especially those who die in the starving, they really hate the Heavenly Parent. They really hate their destiny, and then they go to the spirit world. They are nothing wrong, but they cannot go into the kingdom of heaven. Father is really painful that. Those who are die with the starving, Father is really, really painful that. So why? Really, Father want to stop this incident. In order for that, one of the method is International Highway Project. For example, in California state, the agriculture product, what it produces in the California state, can feed the people in all over the world. Actually, they can produce enough food to feed the people in all over the world. But actually, they throw out. They don't send this food to Africa like that. Why? Because it costs. So why? In order to send this food with a low cost, that is the International Highway Project. The reason why I'm talking about this one, also, in order to do our activity, we really need to connect with the spirit world. Let our spirit world we need to mobilize our spirit world and let spirit world to help us. Anyway, also it's really important to educate the leader with the ALC and then let them to give the lecture. And then also let them to make the working committee. This is as a local level. In Battambang, we make the MOU. Sometimes the Mrs. Amara husband let him come to give the lecture. And also, whenever we have, this is the Thailand event, whenever we have the event as an international, try to mobilize. This is we doing the activity in the where? The Royal University of Administration. We doing the IAPP. Also, the president of the National Assembly and Dr. Yon is a good friend. He is the number 2 in Cambodia. And this is our family workshop in Korea. Also our blessing ceremony, YLT activity. And then also this is our youth. Maybe some of your faces here. Somo is here and Mrs. is here. And then do you know this brown color lady? She is really important for the Cambodian province because she is my wife. And our new headquarters, and then also our series of the blessing ceremony. I just conclude with this lecture with this. Although the United States is a powerful nation, in reality, you cannot deny that it is not at all powerful when it comes to this issue of pure love. Moreover, if Washington, D.C. wishes to maintain its reputation as a capital city of the world, above all else, it needs to become the leading city in the matter of the pure love. The day Washington, D.C. become the holy city of the pure and true love will be the day when entire world will respect and love the United States. So, what Father mean in here is when we really apply for this moral and ethic in our community, the people will crazy respect and love and come to our place. When you apply this teaching in Surin, people will crazy go to Surin. Aju. When we apply this one in Batamon, the people in all over the world crazy want to go to Batamon. So, this is the power of the vision. Thank you for listening. I will continue later. And thank you for listening.